Hello, welcome to SquishiVision. I just watched the first three episodes of Star Wars Visions. I'm gonna turn my green screen down a bit because sorry, burping a little bit. It's clipping part of my top out. It should be doing. Um, no, wait. I'm gonna stop this kid from eating the leftovers of my food. Hello, welcome to SquishiVision. I just watched the first episodes of Star Wars Visions, and I'm gonna give my immediate thoughts on it here. I've not had time to go through and like look at every detail. This is just kind of my immediate reactions. So I enjoyed them. I felt they were very nice, kind of artistic pieces and artistic tellings of original stories, which is what they're meant to be. And it definitely delivered on that. And even the forging nature of it, the different kind of styles and different kind of love letters to Japanese culture, um, and different kind of don't walk on the keyboard again. Probably stop the stream. Different kind of art styles was very um interesting. I think I like the duel the most, but I think it's more because I can follow it a bit better. But just because yeah, the duel was very good. Um, I said in my kind of trailer reaction, I don't know enough about anime or the like specific styles of anime to really comment on the artistic style. So I won't. There are probably other YouTubers who are much more um the type to do that. But I will kind of talk about what I did like and what I didn't like. Well, yeah. So I like the first one was the duel, and it had a couple of decent twists in it. It was very much a kind of sieged village kind of. Well, it wasn't even a siege village story. It was this. It took a lot of. It clearly took a lot. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it clearly took a lot of inspiration from various Japanese and Japanese and Western tropes, but a lot of Western tropes come from Japanese tropes. The whole kind of lone stranger person coming to a village and solving the problems kind of aspect. Obviously, there was a twist, but Ronin was actually a dark force user, not a Jedi, as everyone kind of assumed. And he's able to use deception to eventually win. I did think I saw a couple of. I always butcher the name of this film. I can never remember which adjective goes which noun, but you know what I'm talking about. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Crouching Dragon, Hidden Tiger. I can't remember which way it goes, but I saw some shots which seemed very strongly to be effectively um, inspired by like the exact same shot and exact same setup from the film. Um, I do like the kind of umbrella adaptation to the lightsaber that you can just slot in and it kind of splits up all the beams. Um, I like how quickly it's I like how what I think what was great about all these stories is how they're kind of not Star Wars stories, they're original stories. But you're able to add a Star Wars skin in it. The reason we're able to add a Star Wars skin in the first place is because Star Wars is itself a reskinning of other stories, so it lends itself well to that kind of aspect and that kind of thing. I like how it was all black and white and looks like pre-sketches except for the red from the sabers and from the crystals. I like the use of Chekhov's gun, so he tells him to fix the droids before the oil boils, and that eventually becomes kind of the resolution to part of the story. I like the way he ultimately wins, being by deception. I like kind of yeah. It's a very self-contained 15-minute story, so there's not really much to go into in terms of plot. But like the choreography was like very good. It was very. I mean, I think it says my trailer reaction anime style. Anime animation is probably the best form of animation to do combat in and to do fight scenes in because it lends itself to that kind of space that other traditional animation, Western traditional animation doesn't lend itself as well to do. Um, like I never got that sense of hype and um tenseness on Western animation that I ever got when I watched things like Dragon Ball Z. So next episode was a bit more kind of light-hearted, I guess, but I do like the kind of I do like the you've got a show to effectively Sean on camera. No, you've got a show to effectively do a gig in front of Jabba and then be like, you should sponsor us. You should give us money. Um, it was nice. It was lighthearted. It was heartfelt. For short run time, and I enjoyed it. It also had Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it, but you wouldn't have known unless you knew about what might partially be my familiarity with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who I think I've seen in the maximum of three movies. Yes, three. I'll list them for you, even though it's not relevant. I've seen him in 10 Things I Hate About You, 500 Days of Summer, and Dark Knight Returns. Do what you want with that knowledge. I'm not sure what you can do with that knowledge. And then obviously Timur Morrison returns as the distinct and Boba Fett, and that was nice to see Boba Fett just be very Boba Fett-y. Like it was always great to see more Boba Fett, and I liked that it was very kind of true to the kind of very succinct, straight to the point, badass Boba Fett. And I like how there is this Hut who literally refuses to be involved with the crime syndicate purely because they want to form a band. I like how it ties into. It's a bit unclear if this show is meant to be canon or not. I've seen multiple news reports saying that it's not meant to be canon. And I've seen so much be like, but that are kind of tipping around the subject. As far as I can tell, nothing here has explicitly broken canon, and it ties into existing Star Wars mythology, especially in regards to we see someone fleeing from Order 66 being a part of Jay's kind of backstory. So yeah, but the animation of that episode is kind of weird, and it's not one I'm familiar with. So I'm sure it's not weird if you're familiar with it, but I realize you can't see them because they're behind me, but that it's the middle one. That kind of main style, but it also had all the background and some of the shots were done in 3D animation, and very simple 3D animation. It wasn't meant to look realistic, but it fit the oh god, it fit the I don't know. I don't know how well it fit because to me it clashed, but maybe that's because I'm not so familiar with the art style. But it was interesting. Um, like even some of the like characters were like 2 or 3D animated if the camera was like orbiting around them. Um, yeah, and it was like, I mean, the stories are, I don't know, stories are very fast, but I guess they have to be, don't they? And then the final episode, which was the twins, which I did recognize Neil Patrick Harris's voice as one of the twins. Yeah, it seemed to take a lot of inspiration actually from the sequel. So you had the Star Destroyer Planet Killers. You had the Holder? I've forgotten the name now. Holder maneuver to split a ship in half using hyperdrive, although it was slightly differently here because it had a lightsaber. You had Force users be able to apparently talk and breathe in space. Now, people like to ridicule that Mary Poppins scene where Leia uses the Force to survive, and it's like, oh well, how does she do that? How does she survive in space? I don't know why people ridicule that because it's clearly established in canon that Jedi are more resilient and can last longer in unforgiving situations. It's established very early on that the Force can be used as a form of telekinesis to pull things towards you, and if you're in space, pulling yourself towards something is exactly the same as pulling it towards you. It's not flying. You're just pulling things together. There is oxygen in space. Well, if you've just been blown out of a window on a ship, then there is going to be oxygen around. It'll disperse, but if you're a Force user, it's very easy to kind of pull all that towards you. and create a nice little oxygen bubble for you surviving. Also, normal people can survive in space for a period of time, and I don't think Leia exceeds that by much. So, never sure why that was ridiculed. This, however, does go a bit further in that they have prolonged action sequences in space and they're able to talk okay. Not sure how, or maybe there's a bubble around. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe once you get close to the, well, I suppose once you get close to a ship that size, it's gonna have a sense of gravity. Maybe it's pulling some oxygen towards it from around the surrounding areas. Maybe using the force to do it. Maybe it's not meant to matter. I think it's not meant to matter. I do like how there was a part of the episode where she basically ignited a lightsaber from her heel. As a child, I often, in my mind imagined what it would be if you had the ability to kind of have lightsabers from multiple different sources and as many as possible, and different lightsabers, lightsabers which are like bendy, and lightsabers which had like, you know, were floppy, or lightsabers which extend like for a long distance. And this episode pretty much like fulfilled all the fantasies, which was great to see, and I really enjoyed that. Like it's the heel lightsaber, the big whippy lightsabers, the one which went very very long. It was pretty much all those fantasies in one go, so that was kind of fun to watch. I wasn't entirely sure what was happening like combat wise most of the time, but it was fun to watch. Um, and there was some decently established motivation, and like I mean like I don't know. I think that whole shot of a Death Star being split in two, it's a very distinct, clear one to make. Like instantly looks great. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the first three episodes of Star Wars Visions. Um, yawning quite a lot, which is probably a sign I should stop talking. I'm pretty tired, so I should stop talking. I should rest. I should do all these tasks I need to do very quickly and then sleep. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys. Well, it depends on what. All these episodes were released on like a lot of Disney Plus things all in one go, so I might very well be back tomorrow doing the next three, and then the next three afterwards, and kind of get them all out of the way. Because when you insist to yourself that you make video blogs on certain popular releases, despite the fact that no one watches them, then watching your shows becomes partly a chore, and you want to get those chores out as soon as possible. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Good morrow. If I can move my mouse over so I can actually press invite you.